Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Joining us live on Leapfrog Fight TV and for the first time on talkSPORT as well. Charlie, this is a massive, massive moment, not just for Leapfrog, but for Muay Thai in the UK in general. Huge, huge mainstream media outlet. What's this mean to the promotion to be on such a prestigious and huge outlet?
Yeah, no, it's absolutely fantastic. Look, talkSPORT, the thing about talkSPORT is it isn't just boxing or it isn't just combat sports. It's football, it's rugby, it's every single sport in the world. It's the #1 global broadcaster for sports. So to get LFN and to get a UK Muay Thai show on it, front and centre, being their first ever one, honestly, I'm honoured.
It's fantastic, and we've obviously got a lot of good fights coming up tonight. No more than the next 3 that will be on talkSPORT, opening up with Jayden Gill against Dilly Brassfield. Followed that, I think we've got Kamaal Chamberlain versus Michael Lynch. Michael spent a lot of time out in New Zealand, come back for the competition, and he's found some competition in Kamal because some devastating finishing power.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, Michael Lynch is a fantastic fighter. This is his 3rd or 4th A-class fight now. He's fought for the WBC New Zealand title. He's the #2 ranked fighter in New Zealand at 70 kg. He's coming back over. He was born and raised in Liverpool. He went to live in New Zealand when his parents moved over. He's back now for, I think, about a week. He flies back next week for a month, and then he's back permanently for the UK. He's got 9 wins, 7 KOs. That man does not like hearing the final bell. He does not get paid for overtime. However, Kamaal Chamberlain is a young, up-and-coming fighter. A-class debut, coming from a very, very, very long list of bloodline in combat sports.
100%, and we've got a lot of experience on the panel with us today as well. We've got WBC champ, the man himself, Kieran Shanahan. Kieran, what's it like to be on a card this big on talkSPORT today?
Do you know what? It's phenomenal now, Bobby. And just to touch on what Charlie was saying earlier about the fact that obviously we've got a lot of rugby fans, football fans and other combat fans on talkSPORT. You're going to have people understanding that there's local boys and girls local to them that are savages in the Thai boxing game and high-end champions. And I think what this is allowing for, see like Gary Lewis and Ryan Moore, the big main event tonight. We're going to see England versus Wales here in a whole new light, which is not rugby, it's not football, and it's certainly not cricket. But we've got guys here kicking and elbowing the crap out of each other. And I think this is going to generate a lot of hype in the UK now, and it's a great time to be alive for UK Muay Thai having this signing going.
Absolutely. I mean, Ryan Moore becoming the first Muay Thai fighter to be interviewed live on talkSPORT the other night on the radio. That was a massive moment, not just for Leapfrog for the sport, but for Ryan as well. That's got to be pretty fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, he's you got to think about it, right? He came into the sport 8 years old, coming into Thai boxing. His life is Thai boxing. He's never known anything different. But really, he's just a young kid from King's Standing. But last Saturday night, he went on live with talkSPORT with 3-weight world champion. And he spoke, he told his story, and he was the first ever person from LFN, from this partnership with talkSPORT, to lead it. So for him, getting that light, getting that attention online, and getting that mainstream audience is a fantastic thing for him.
Absolutely, and a win tonight, he's already on the cusp of the very top of the division, but a win tonight with all this exposure could do absolutely massive things for him. I think you were saying he's going to Thailand soon. A big win tonight and some success in Thailand, and huge, huge things are going to await him when he comes back.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, he's going out to Thailand 4 days after this fight. He flies out, goes there for 6 months. If he gets a good performance tonight and he picks up a couple wins out in Thailand, I believe we'll see him on RWS. I believe we'll see him in Lumpini. And by the time he comes back, obviously picks up the LFN Silver title. He has 2 defences. He's mandatory for the world title. So I genuinely think Ryan Moore, maybe in the summer next year, will be world champion.
There is one thing to consider, though. He has got a massive roadblock in his way in the form of Gary Lewis, and Gary is a tough guy from a tough gym, has come all the way from Wales, and he is not going to be looking to make a star out of someone else's name.
Not at all, and you know what? I was very fortunate enough to hold pads for Gary on the open workouts up here in the Midlands, and I tell you, he comes with some crisp accuracy, and he's a very calm operator. Do you know what I mean? A Celt that is going to come with some great sass and some great fire, and this is the thing about Thai boxing, ladies and gentlemen. You can have a great defensive boxer, you can have a great counter boxer. In Thai boxing, it takes one shot, one kick, one elbow, one clinch maneuver to change that fight, to drop someone on their back and to really demoralise them over 5 3-minute rounds of pure strength and action. So, yeah, I think as Charlie was saying, with it being the silver LFN title, the hunger is going to be there for both of them, and I don't think Gary is going to let it go that easy. Do you know what I mean?
No, 100%. And outside of that as well, in our co-main event, we've got a fantastic fight there. Sean Ryan, who we've obviously seen fight on Leapfrog Fight Night before, coming back after a tough, close fight against Brandon Chillen, looking to get back into that sort of title picture tonight. What does Sean have to kind of do to get back to that sort of the precipice of his division?
Look, he needs a really, really solid performance. He needs to go in there and he needs to make a statement. If he gets past this fight in good fashion, he's got a UK #1 spot, title fight at the end of this. In the summer, if he wins tonight in devastating fashion, he gets that UK #1 title shot.
I think as well that from his last fight with Brandon Chillen, I was there commentating on it live. I seen him there tonight. I was speaking with Alex. His aura is infamous. I think he's come away with a lot of facts that he's learned about himself, and I think you're going to see a whole new ballgame of Sean Ryan, where he was tested and he was pushed and annoyed in his last fight. And I'm buzzing to see him turn up tonight now. You're going to see a different Sean Ryan.
I mean, I was saying to Charlie earlier on, Charlie was saying that Sean Ryan, when he first started competing, on these big shows, he was a very shy, nervous guy. Now he's in front of the camera. He's happy to be on such a big show. It's going to be an amazing night for him. Hopefully he can put in a hell of a performance and get back into that title picture.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think he's brought fantastic support tonight. It's obviously in his hometown, and he's going to look to make a statement. He's going to look to put in a big win for his home fans, and then he can look on to bigger and better things coming in the rest of the year.
Absolutely. And we've also, on talkSPORT, the main event that we've got for our talkSPORT card, become a bit of a bad blood fight one. Obviously, big talking point is the weight miss. Not something you really want to linger on, but it is a big factor in the fight. But neither man is going to want to make that the defining moment of this fight. Obviously, Finn Cook is going to really want to come out and punish him for that. But Aiden is a tough guy. He's going to have a lot of heat on him at the minute. How do you see this fight sort of playing out between them?
Look, so for the context, for those that are watching that might not have seen online, Aidan Banks, this fight was at 55 kilos. Aidan Banks came in at 58.5 kilograms. So 3.5 kilograms over the limit. Kieran, you're a fighter. If you're fighting a fighter and he comes in at 3.5 kilograms over the agreed rate, and bear in mind, you're a big lad. These are little lads. How would you feel?
You're given 8 weeks of a camp to keep your weight down. That's your job as a fighter. Just like an accountant's job is to make sure the tax is paid and all the bills are sorted. His bills are not sorted. So if I was Finn Cook, I would make sure that it would be the hardest fight of Aiden's life and make him pay for coming 3 kilos over. Obviously, he gets a bit of that purse, so that's a little touch. But we'll see how badly Finn wants it and how much he will show the professionalism of making weight and being that top drawer professional athlete and turning up tonight and putting on a stormer and showing Aiden why he should make weight.
Absolutely. I mean, regardless, it is going to be a fantastic fight. But I think we're getting the sign it's time to go over for the first fight on the main card.
We best get going.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Hangar Wolverhampton. We are live on talkSPORT, and this is Leapfrog Fight Night 4. Let's get down to business. Allow me to introduce, first of all, to the yellow corner, Dilly Brassfield.
Yeah. What up? This is Dr. Dre. The party's going on. Thank God it's Friday. Keep the hands ringing. Keep the hands ringing. Say what? That's right. Ride on up, so get up, get a move on, and get your groove on. It's the DRE, the spectacular.
And next, Allow me to introduce his opponent into the red corner, Jaden Gill.
Niggas see me go old melly, little dirty little niggas running around. Who was always at the money?
Yo, man, I'm sitting there thinking, man, really out here snapping with this paper, man. Like, seriously.
You know, yeah. Finally made it to this point. Well, someone was talking like that. Next time I'm going to be something after that, going to be
This time is official.
And the part about it ain't really about the money, it's about that. We doing this shit together, like all I just wanted. You know what I'm saying? We learning some inspiration. Now it's time to like make some moves. We want some money, get up out this shit. Look at these niggas right here, man.
What's up, man? What y'all gonna do? Sit in the car all night, man? Come on, man.
Y'all in that little raggedy ass little Jeep, nigga. We in our Wednesday car. What's up?
Nah, see, I would expect you to understand that this is that futuristic shit to come out next year. You know what I'm saying?
We'll talk about some money, man. Listen, they got dice in there, man. We ain't gonna do no talk.
Free smoke ain't long enough. My shit longer than train smoke.
Ladies and gentlemen, Leapfrog Fight Night presents 5 2-minute rounds of semi-pro Muay Thai in this flyweight contest. Introducing first, standing in the yellow corner, representing Hodray Muay Thai Great Yarmouth, Dilly Brassfield. Across the ring, his opponent stands in the red corner. With a record of 3 wins and 1 defeat, representing Nak Muay Gem, Leamington Spa, Jaden Gill. Hemshakur is our referee in charge of the action. Let's get down to business.
Once again, welcome to everyone watching live on Leapfrog Fight TV and also for the first time on talkSPORT MMA YouTube. Jaden was loving his walk out there. He was feeling every single bit of that tune.
You know, the walkout for me is the most important part. That's where you're really feeling yourself, getting to grips with the venue, and then also getting yourself switched on for that last bit of walking before you go in there to dance, Bobby, you know. So here we have the fighters blessing the ring, going into their white crew, which is a very traditional dance in Muay Thai, and the Ram Muay. So what this does is they basically close off the ring with bad spirits and they bless the ring. Very old school Thai tradition with Muay Thai. And in Thailand, gamblers would usually gamble and put money on the fighter with the best Ram Muay.
Now obviously there might be a lot of people watching Muay Thai for the first time. For those that maybe don't know, this one is going to be a Pro and B class. What are sort of the differences as you get to C class, B class and A class Muay Thai?
So as you see here with the Pro Am, they've got pads on their elbows. So this is kind of like what I like to say, it's the final stage before reaching A class, which is full Thai rules, full elbows, knees, kicks, punches, no protection bar a gum shield. So this would be like the amateur version of A class Thai. So it's like A class's softer cousin.
Oh, that's beautifully put.
However, it's not one bit soft, because when these lads start throwing their elbows and start slicing and dicing, you're going to see heavy effective shots, heads bouncing back. And one thing about an elbow landing is that it's a thud. It's a heavy shot. It's not nice.
And people might see the pads on the elbows and think, well, that's not going to hurt, but anyone who has taken an elbow, padded or not, will tell you that it is maybe the most unpleasant thing to get hit with.
Lovely white crew. From Jaden Gill putting on a lovely white crew there, and you can see in his corner is George Mizukoutis. Recently just fought Damian Alamos in an amazing 5-round war.
You can see in the yellow corner, Dilly Brassfield is raring to go. And Billy's got a lot of junior experience.
George Muzikis is taking the monk call off Jaden. A lot of the time you have monk calls coming over from Thailand that are inscripted from monks. Very heavily tradition within the sport of Muay Thai. Transitioning from kickboxing to Muay Thai was quite weird for me because I never really fully understood it. And to be honest, I love Muay Thai, but I've never gotten too heavily into the traditional side. However, my coach, Andy Newell from Joy D Gym, is very heavy on the traditions of Muay Thai. So if you're ever looking at getting some more information about the Muay Thai game, please head over to Thai Joy on Instagram and you'll find out loads of the traditional facts of Thai boxing.
Quick start here from Jaden Gill.
The beauty with the art of Thai boxing is the fakes, the reactions. You can see the lads are very calm, composed. Kick scoring, lovely, great catching.
Ooh, early leg kick looked like it maybe took Billy a little bit off balance there, but Billy's
body
hurt.
shot. He's going for that body now.
And Jaden is going for the kill, but Billy is hanging on in there for now. Oh, that was a monster right hand to the body. Early in the fight, let's hope that Billy is able to make the count. It looks like he's going to be fine, but he has got to tuck those elbows and protect that body now.
He's got to try to defend now as best he can. That body is now weak. Big kick landing there to the targeted area. Jaden is on the hunt. He could smell blood. Defending the clinch there. That's a big score now in Thai boxing.
And again, maybe for people who aren't too familiar with the way that Thai boxing is scored, not very similar to sort of K1, which is more scored in like a boxing MMA type way. There's a very specific way in which traditional Muay Thai is scored.
So with Muay Thai, it's a lot of it is scored on balance. As you can see there, with Billy,
and Billy's gone back down again.
The
that
body's
might be
done.
it.
I think he's finished.
And that was to the other side this time.
He's shaking his head. Oh, that's an early finish.
Well, you don't need to worry about the scoring of Muay Thai when it ends in the first round, but those were some nasty, nasty shots to the body that Billy ate early.
Well, as they say with the gamblers, the one with the strongest white Karoo is usually the one in favour. And I think we've seen our first favoured, Jaden Gill from Team Nak Moi with the first round stoppage via the body. Great start to our first fight on talkSPORT MMA and Leapfrog Fight TV app.
Can we get both fighters in the center of the ring, please? Ladies and gentlemen, the fight was stopped with only 7 seconds remaining in the very first round. And the winner, by way of TKO, in the red corner, Jaden Gill!
And that was a fiery way to start off the main card. Jayden Gill getting it done in the first round. Jayden, that's a pretty impressive way, and for the first fight to ever be on talkSPORT with Leapfrog Fight Night, that's got to do wonders for your career going forwards.
100%. This is the first of many. First of many. This will widen my name. talkSPORT helping a lot. So
I must say, Jaden, sorry to cut you off, Jaden, but you came out so calm and relaxed. It was admirable. Was it the body you were going for straight away?
I know I fight 52 kilo, but I'm tall. I know I'm tall for 52 kilos, so when you're tall against, I'm used to fighting short guys. When you're tall against me, I know your weakness, I know your body, and I'll take it and I'll find it.
Well, I tell you what, you showed that beautifully, Jaden, and I must say, your Ramway was lovely as well. I was saying about how in Thailand the gamblers will often judge their favourite fighter, the one they're going to bet on. And when I seen you do yours, and obviously having a great fight like George Muzikitis in your corner,
thank you.
That was a great performance, brother.
Thank you.
And honestly, the confidence you showed coming out as well, you were feeling every bit of your walkout. You were bopping to the music. Confidence really paid off in that one. What have you got coming up next? What do you want? Where do you want to go from this?
I want to get in the rankings. 53.5 will be my division in no less than 2 years. I want to get in the rankings, 100%.
How old are you, Jaden?
I'm only 17, just turned 17.
And how long have you been doing Thai boxing yourself?
All my life, 10 years. Started when I was 5, up to now.
It showed, honestly. You get veterans come out who have been fighting for, 15 odd years that don't have the confidence and the calmness as well. To hurt him early and to remain calm, not start going in and just, winging punches. You looked every bit of a professional tonight. It was fantastic. I don't know what else to say.
I look forward to seeing them elbow pads come off. I look forward, because when you got him with that body shot, Jaden, the one thing I was seeing was you creeping on that. And you were punching him against the ropes, and sooner or later them slices were going to come. And again, I think it's the composure that what you're going to see about Thai boxing on talkSPORT is the calmness to want to kill. Definitely. And you've shown it beautifully there, Jaden, and well done again.
Thank you.
Well, I was going to say, we'll let you go off and enjoy, your evening. Hopefully no drinking, but you never know, this is Thai boxing. None of that. Every bit the professional. Jaden, congratulations. Great performance.
Thank you.
Well done again, Jaden.
Thank you.
Leapfrog Fight Night live on talkSPORT. Let's get straight back to it, ladies and gents. Up next, allow me to introduce first of all to the yellow corner, Michael Lynch. And next, allow me to introduce his opponent into the red corner, Kamaal Chamberlain.
Long time we no kill a man, so we serve Clemens like the little man. Set a bomb, make a damn black rain fall. So we must catch a man, that's the echo with the grabber. Schema like Shabba motherfucker. Shot fire, every man a chop flat. Everybody's trapped, every banana. Feel like the rims and the Cadillac. When the M1 and up. Shot fire, every man a chop flat. We run ya so everybody back. We badder than everything we bad. Madder than everything we mad. Black rain fall when you see we not. Steel pan a beat like Trinidad. When we step in the street like criminal. Cheat up your weekly the minimal. Funeral.
Ladies and gentlemen, Leapfrog Fight Night presents 5 3-minute rounds of pro Muay Thai kickboxing in this super welterweight contest. Introducing first, standing in the yellow corner, the former WBC New Zealand national title challenger, currently ranked number 2 in New Zealand, with a record of 9 wins and 3 defeats, 7 of those wins by way of knockouts. Fighting out of Mazda Gym, Liverpool, Michael Lynch! Across the ring, his opponent stands in the red corner with a record of 10 wins and 3 defeats. Fighting out of Titanium Gym, Leicester, Kamal, the Flying Squirrel Chamberlain! Hangar is our referee in charge of the action. Let's get down to business.
Here we go with our first A-class of the night. 5 3-minute rounds of pure Muay Thai. The boys are now sealing off the ring, about to begin their Ramway.
And as we say, pro A-class Muay Thai, no elbow pads, no knee pads, just bone-to-bone contact.
Oh God, I'm getting a bit of goosebumps, Bobby.
It's honestly, when we have this before the fight, it just builds that anticipation to get started.
Honestly, if you're sat at home and you're watching this, start getting on Google for yourselves and look up some of the facts of Muay Thai from Thailand, and you'll learn so many beautiful tips and tricks to spot within the game. Now we're starting to see the start of the dance from Michael Lynch.
And Michael Lynch is a very experienced man. Former ISKA champion, recently challenged for the WBC national title in New Zealand and almost won that fight early with a beautiful flying knee. His opponent able to weather it, but a very, very good fight, and he is going to be looking to make a statement back in the UK tonight.
However, across from him is Kamaal Chamberlain. Has got some serious KO power, and if you tap his name in online, he's got a number of highlight reel finishes, including a spinning back fist at Diamond Fight and a beautiful head kick over Mitch Oakes.
The head kick was fantastic. Like, when they showed it in replay, it was the light hit it perfectly. You just saw the sweat fly off of Mitch's head. It was a beautiful, beautiful finish, and didn't even connect with the shins, connected with the foot.
We're going to see a lot of power in this fight, I feel, you know, especially from the legs with the boys. You know, also as well with the Ramway, as much as it's used for the gamblers to know who to put money on, etc., etc., often Thai fighters use it as a way, as their final bit of the warm-up, to stretch off, to limber up before they go into that round 1 of the 5-round fight.
We are almost ready to get underway. And this is the fight tonight that a lot of people have picked to be the potential fight of the night. I would personally be surprised if this one goes to the judges, but I damn sure would not be disappointed.
I tell you, it's beautiful to see the traditions of the sport. I don't care what anyone says. You know, I love fighting, I love Thai boxing as a whole, but to see these lads put their heart and soul into the traditions, it would almost make people from Thailand proud to see that their sport is being so respectfully represented across the water, and obviously on the other side of the world.
And as we were saying, I mean, this is the first time it's being shown on talkSPORT Live, so that alone is such a massive jump for Muay Thai outside of Thailand itself.
So here now we see Kamaal Chamberlain going straight to the corner, signing off a cross and stamping his foot. This now is signifying that he is going to bury his opponent. And it's getting goosebumps going through me as we speak.
And I'll tell you what, if Michael wasn't fired up before, he's fired up now.
Locked in focus from both lads.
And Michael, apparently, according to Charlie, is flying back to New Zealand in just a few days, so going to be a much nicer flight if he's able to avoid some damage tonight.
It'd be interesting to see now if this fight kicks off fast pace or if they take their time through traditional art of Thai boxing and build their way up through the first 2 rounds. Typically in the gambling of rounds 3, 4 and 5 is the money rounds. However, I think this whole fight, straight away. No feeling out process.
And we're already seeing why many people have picked this to be the fight of the night. Oh, lovely, heavy leg kick there from Chamberlain.
Michael being the taller opponent, but not being the back foot opponent, he is just as forward as Kamal is.
And Chamberlain again catches that kick. It was fantastic, but well defended there from Lynch.
Great kicking from Kamal.
As we said, Michael is the taller opponent, but Kamal having no problem whipping that kick up high. Oh, beautiful teep to the face there from Michael.
I love seeing how they're turning the hip into them kicks, committing to full rotation, not just flicking them. A lot of the scoring in Muay Thai is judged on off-balancing your opponent, just like that as you've seen there.
And there is a reason that we've seen both of these guys land beautiful head kick knockouts before. It's because they absolutely put their heart and soul into those kicks.
And the balance shown by Michael here is beautiful. Every time Kamal catches his kick, he's re-pushing that standing leg out and he's stabilising himself, not allowing Kamal to sweep him. A sweep in Thai boxing has an effect to the scorecards, yes, but not massively. It's just more so for the judges and the crowd to show dominance and to show that you are composed while catching them kicks.
And Chamberlain landed a nice elbow in response to one of Michael's, and Michael gave him a smile, almost as if to say...
Oh, that is a lovely off-balance and low kick from Michael.
Almost as if to say game on, and as we say that, Chamberlain goes down from the kick.
Also, it's great to see the elbows flying early doors. I've seen Michael come through with some elbows and Kamal trying to slice as well.
And they're both mixing up the strikes as well, throwing a bit of everything. Beautiful teep there from Lynch.
I think I was almost trying to see a little scissor knee set up there. Maybe we might get a little speculant of his last knockout.
It was a beautiful, beautiful technique. Lovely, lovely little kicks there.
Kamal's trying to come back with his own little sweep there. Trying to get one back. There we go, as we speak.
And he timed that perfectly. And that is one thing that he's done quite a lot in his finishes, is he chains the leg kicks together.
Oh. Lovely spinning back elbow.
This man is a showman.
I tell you what, amongst being in the midst of all these heavy shots, they're showing great committed shots like spinning back elbows, strong low kicks, and not only that, but great catch and defense.
And this is just round one. Already we can hear the crowd reacting to every big strike being thrown by each man.
So what you'll come to find here now, Bobby, is when they're catching the kicks, that's one part of the defense. Now, once catching that kick, your aim is to try and release that kick and score, or release that kick and punch. If they catch that kick and don't throw a kick or a punch in response, that is going to count as a score. So they have to finish that maneuver off. So what you've got to spot here is when they're going through the flow of the fight. It's like, I like to almost compare it like a rally in tennis or table tennis, is that they're keeping that ball going across the table until someone smashes it and scores. That's what it's like here at the kick exchanges. Kick for kick, catch for catch, and they got to keep that momentum going until someone finishes that exchange or puts someone on their back.
And we finally did see Kamal get the sweep, but he'd been trying throughout the fight, but the balance from Michael Lynch was just phenomenal. Like several times his kicks were caught but he was able to maintain his composure and keep on his feet at a very, very close back and forth round there.
If you're new to Thai boxing here on talkSPORT, you're in for an incredible treat. A sport full of passion, power and pure love. You'll never come across a dull fight, and if you do, I'll send you an apology myself. But it's a beautiful sport, and when you see these lads and ladies putting in 8 to 12 weeks of training camps, this is one of the most brutal martial arts out there, and you're watching people put their heart and soul and most importantly their jaw on the line for the art of Thai boxing. So enjoy.
Round 2 of a possible 5. Both men already raring to go, and here we go. Oh, and straight off balance with the kick there from Lynch.
Using that teep now as an effective... Oh, great sweep. Just as I was about to comment about the teep being used as a rangefinder and also a defense mechanism to off-balance. Oh, great head kick! Is Kamal wobbled from that? Big elbow over the top.
Kamal doing a good job maintaining his composure. Almost got round to the back of Lynch there.
So here we have them now in the clinch. Kamal needs to be careful that he doesn't give his chin out too much now with them elbows flying.
And that was a big elbow, and that looked like that may have briefly wobbled Kamal against the ropes.
So here, that's a massive score now that Michael got the back of Kamal and kneed him up the back and also elbowed the back of the head.
And I think Kamal is busted open on that forehead. A huge elbow landed on the break from Michael Lynch.
We have blood. Is it going into Kamal's eye is the big question. No, it's not.
It's
so
just
it
to the side, I think. I think it should be okay, and he doesn't seem bothered by it, so there's no reason we should be. But huge, huge scoring points there for Michael, and eats another elbow.
Michael smells blood. And he can feckin' taste it.
Oh, and again that elbow. Oh, that looked like that was almost going to get the knockdown. Doesn't get the count.
I thought that was going to be an 8 count because both hands reached the floor, but I think it was only 1.
But Kamal's still fighting back, but he's really got to do something. Of Michael Lynch, and there it is, big smile on the face of Lynch.
This is the respect the boys are showing each other. Big committed shots.
And we're seeing again, Lynch is still trying for that jumping knee. He got a taste of it in his last fight, almost got the finish with it. Wants to close out the show with it tonight.
If I was Kamal now, I'd try my best on working some straights to the body because Michael is coming forward a lot and that midsection will be open. He's headhunting at the minute. He smells the blood, he sees the cut, and his operation now is to try and make that cut bigger. As you can see, leading him with the elbows, big knee up the back by Kamal and a massive score.
And given the damage that Kamal took early in this round, oh, and eats another head kick, just glances off. Only really partially landed. Kamal had kind of leaned out the way of it, but
oh, lovely head kick.
And for Kamal to take the damage he took early in this round and to still be fighting such an intelligent fight is extremely impressive, but you can see the hand goes up from Michael Lynch there.
Jays, I don't know about you, Bobby, but these 3-minute rounds are the fastest 3-minute rounds I've ever watched. 3 minutes when you're fighting in there feels like a lifetime, but right now these feel like 30-second rounds. These lads are not laying off each other. So I don't know if at home you can hear the music, but in Muay Thai, traditionally, there's the music that is playing in the background, and every round that music picks up in pace. Now, what that does is the fighters are fighting and they hear this music in the background, so when the music starts picking up, that almost gives them a bit of kick in the arse to go, right, we've got to pick up that pace. And if the fight ever got slow, which with this one it's not looking like it is going to get slow, it would traditionally get them to start working more, start picking up that pace, keeping the crowd entertained, and more so, keeping this fight alive.
So far, neither man needing any assistance from the music. And Kamal did a lot of damage in that round. As you can see his corner patching up as best they can that cut on the forehead. But by no means out of the fight. This is only going into round 3 of a possible 5, and Kamal has still got every opportunity to land some big, big shots of his own.
I tell you what, if I was in Kamal's corner now, Michael's on a bit of a momentum boost now after that round. Big few sweeps, big cut on the forehead now. I'd say to Kamal to try and counter shot him now as he's stepping in, because it doesn't look like Michael is going to try and step back anytime soon. I think he's going to want to try and get that fight done. I know that both of them do, but one of them's always going to be the higher aggressor than the other. And I think Kamal needs to start being smart with his shots and keep chopping away at that leg. As I say that, Michael starts off with 2 beautiful low kicks.
One thing Kamal has really got to watch out for is whenever he gets backed up into the corner, that is when Michael comes in heavy with those cutting elbows.
100%.
But again, Kamal doing a good job of catching the kick, and there we go. You see what you were saying earlier on. He fires off as he lets go of the kick.
There we go. So he knocked off balance there, but if you notice there, he threw the teep to the leg. This is a great technique to off-balance a kicker or a heavy puncher, because that teep will essentially straighten that leg and knock that hip back, effectively making that shot not being able to reach any further. Oh, lovely kick in the midsection there.
And there are a few openings appearing for Kamal here.
So Kamal showing that counter shots now, lovely. He's defending nicely, and see the kick exchanging, catching the kicks and finishing.
And he has got Michael biting on a lot of these feints. Michael not coming in as much as he has been.
It's them counter shots, Bobby. He's got the back. Massive score with the knee up the back. But what Kamal is doing is he's counter punching Michael's aggression. Michael needs to cut the ring off a little bit. Oh, lovely turn.
And this is about as well matched a fight as you will find on any card anywhere in the world.
Kick just slipping over the block there.
And the cut on Kamal really not playing a part in this fight. Really hasn't bothered him. It's not opened back up as of yet.
He's done well on defending it though, Bobby. He's been keeping lovely spinning elbow attempt, but finished in a sweep. The thing is, Kamal knows that cut is a risk, and that Michael is a bigger risk with them elbows. He needs... Oh, scissor knee attempt and a knee in return from Michael. Big score.
Oh, it's a nice little elbow there as Michael stepped in. Didn't look like it landed too flush, but...
Kamal needs to have a go at them teeps again. There we go. He needs to get back to that teep. It was working lovely for him. Big elbow.
Oh, big elbow over the top there for Kamal.
So Kamal has started to drop his hands on them last few exchanges. He wants to be careful unless Michael comes with that kick up the midsection that could turn into a head kick. As I say that, Kamal glues his hands to his head. I think Kamal has blew his beans a little bit in them first 2 rounds.
He's doing a good job catching Michael as he comes in with that straight left. But this is where he's got to watch out for that cut, because that is exactly what Michael is going to be targeting.
Both of the boys have looked like they've put a lot into them first 2 rounds. I think, a lovely elbow from Kamal to finish off round 3. Wow, Bobby, we've got 2 more rounds of this.
You can start to see the pace of the fight maybe wearing on both guys, but both guys still deadly. Both guys still throwing absolute bombs at each other.
Do you know, these are the one things I always think about, like boxing, for example. They've got 12 rounds. But of course, over 12 rounds, you've got technicians that want to prolong the fight throughout them 12 rounds. I think 5 rounds are perfect. MMA have 5 rounds. Thai boxing have 5 rounds. And I think you have the perfect chance to have a 1 or 2 round warm-up into the fight, or have 5 incredibly hard rounds. I think when it starts going up to 12 rounds, it starts longing the process out. It starts longing the fight out a little bit. And also, I think it can be a bit more dangerous for the fighters going that distance.
Well, as you say as well, there are some fighters who use the 12 rounds to their advantage, and their whole style is built around trying to get it into those later rounds and just score and defend and score. Not really, 5 rounds is a long time when you're in there, but when it comes to scoring, it's not a lot of time to get the points on the judges' cards. And as we get into the later rounds, it's going to be interesting to see if is Michael going to be able to keep up the pace that he's kept on Kamaal? Because it's starting to wear on him a little bit. We're seeing a bit more laboured punches, as you were saying. You know, Kamaal's hands starting to drop a little bit. But still 2 rounds to go.
Boom, boom, knock on the door. We're on to round 4. Michael ready in the centre. Big low kick to start. Kamaal would want to be careful trying to catch them low kicks now in case Michael comes up with a flash head kick.
A couple of times Michael has gone high and has come very, very close to landing flush on the head.
There we go, you see. I think he's trying to lure Kamaal into a false sense of security with them low kicks.
You see again.
Still scoring though, Kamaal with them mid kicks, landing on the arms. Lovely catch, but there, nothing in return with that catch. Lovely kick exchanging from Kamaal.
And that's been one thing Kamaal's done great the entire fight, is he just chains together the kicks. He's not throwing one kick, he's throwing several kicks at a time. And he's out the ring, but lands on his feet like a pro. Good man.
So not only do you get ferocious Thai boxing action, but you get a bit of acrobatics over the ropes. There ain't no Ben Whittaker crap going on here. This is Thai boxing, and you won't find nothing else like it on the planet. Kamaal is going to get straight back into this round 4.
Oh, Michael narrowly missing with that elbow. That would have been a fight ender, but Kamaal does a good job of circling off and gets back to the centre of the ring.
Okay, now Kamaal needs to get back. Oh, there's the head kick I was talking about. Lovely right hand in return. Elbow ward there, just disengaging.
Glancing elbow off the forehead from Kamaal.
Oh! Head kick! I was telling you about earlier, I felt them low kicks were just trying to get his hands down.
It's been there for him all night, finally comes to fruition. But Kamaal doesn't seem too phased by it. He got back up and he looked pretty with it. But you sense with the earlier damage that Kamaal is fighting an uphill battle from now. And again, we can see Lynch smells blood in the water.
Great knee up the midsection. I think that knee might have hurt him there. It landed very swiftly. Another head kick, another head kick. Double trouble, he's coming in.
Elbow man narrowly missing on Kamaal.
Kamaal is struggling to keep himself up, I think.
And if Kamaal can get to the end of the round. That was to the back of the head, but Kamaal did turn away from it.
In Thai boxing, you will find that you can strike the back of the head. It is up to the fighter to keep facing the fight, and the referee will separate it. It is not illegal to hit the back of the head in Muay Thai.
We're really seeing Michael pouring it on, but Michael's been busted open himself on a big deep up the middle. And 1 round left, busted up nose on the half of Michael Lynch. Going to be interesting to see if that affects his cardio in the final round.
So in Thai boxing, usually they say the money round is round 3, 4 and 5. But they really do emphasize on round 4 and 5. So we're going to really see who wants this fight in the 5th and final round. Kamaal is looking like his fitness is getting to him a little bit, and Michael is looking like the aggressor. But we just seen Kamaal flip over the ropes, nearly paralyze himself and jump back inside there and hold off the animal that Michael was coming at him like. So in my opinion, it could go either way in this 5th round. It's all about how much Kamaal wants this fight.
Not only did Kamaal get back into the ring, he landed on his feet, cat-like reflexes, gave a big jeer to the crowd, got them back on, got back in the ring and got straight back to work. But 1 more round to go, and it looked like he might have been on his way out in that 4th round, but we will see. He came back strong at the end there with a beautiful teep up the middle.
If I was in Michael's corner now, I'd be saying walk him down, tie him up and knee him through the midsection. don't be trying to kick exchange out, because Kamal is actually having lovely success with the kicking. Even though he might be tired, he's finessing lovely with the kicks. So he's using that to his advantage. So if I was Michael, I'd cut the ring, I'd teep him in the stomach, walk me that knee in there, and get in there and slice and dice.
Well, if this is your introduction to Muay Thai, you've chosen a fantastic night to do it, because this fight has been every bit as exciting as promised.
Two boys showing utmost respect for each other, leaving it all in the ring.
Final round!
Come on now, boys. Wicked fight. No, he fell over. No.
Bit of a slip there. We did see the referee before the round started giving it a good wipe there. Must have missed a spot.
So he needs to let that knee fly out the middle. Oh, big elbows from Kamal.
And this is what he needs to keep doing, is as Michael is coming in aggressive, catch him on the end of these shots.
So what you're going to find is with Kamal, these mid kicks are scoring and they are adding up on the scorecards. Lovely kick exchanger from both lads there.
And that kick from Kamal went a little bit low, but nothing doing.
Great
they
block.
carry on. And now we're seeing Kamal a bit more of the aggressive, coming forward himself.
I think he got the memo from his corner on what the crack is for the fifth and final round with a big push kick away from the corner.
And this is much better work
Big
from Kamal.
elbow exchange. This is where Michael needs to be. He needs to elbow and knee to bring Kamal down, grind him down, and empty that stomach and empty the lungs.
Again, we're seeing
big kicking, lovely kick exchanges.
I don't know how they've kept the pace going throughout this fight.
See, this is where Michael needs to step in. He can't be allowing Kamal to have these gaps.
Oh!
Off balance there.
Just a bit of an off balance.
Lovely body shot there. Oh, just missing narrowly with the cross.
And we've seen Kamal throw that spinning elbow a couple of times. Obviously knows that he's probably got it all to do in this last round. And again, we're seeing Michael trying to close it out in style.
Oh, big teep to the face. That's a massive, massive shot.
And again, you saw the liquid come off the head of Kamal as that shot connected.
Michael dancing now. I feel like he thinks he's taking the fight away.
Oh, and he's hurt
big elbow
Kamal.
to the back of the head.
But fair play to Kamal, has eaten everything Michael has thrown at him and is still coming.
Nice slice there. Another spinning back elbow again.
10 seconds left. Let's see them empty the tanks here. What's left of them?
Wow, amazing fight by both lads.
And the crowd on their feet for that one, understandably so. What a performance from both men. Both men have bled in this ring tonight.
So far, I would say fight of the night, Bobby.
Comfortably fight of the night. And I hope the rest of the guys backstage are watching and know the level that they're going to have to bring it to when they come out tonight.
You are joining us live here on Leapfrog Fight TV and talkSPORT MMA and YouTube. And if you're brand new to Thai boxing, welcome.
Let's get both fighters to the center of the ring. Ladies and gentlemen, what a fight! rounds of non-stop action, we consult the judges' scorecards. It is a unanimous decision. To the yellow corner, Michael Lynch!
And you join us now post-fight with Michael Lynch. Michael, I was going to say you put in an absolute shift there. We just found out that you put in a shift this morning. You've literally come here from work.
It was yesterday I was working. It was tough, that, you know.
It was an absolute war. I mean, everyone we spoke to Charlie, and we all said that this had potential to be fight of the night. And I think by far, so far, you guys have delivered. But
that's all right, yeah.
First fight back in the UK for a while, obviously been out in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Come back and with a stellar performance. It's got to be pretty good for you. You're going back to New Zealand soon, though.
Yeah. Do you know what I felt a bit fucking? Am I allowed swearing this?
I don't
well, look, after a fight like that, I don't blame you, but I don't think you can.
Okay,
but don't feel too bad about it.
I think that was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. I didn't feel as fit as I usually do. I had no idea why. Just felt sluggish from the start, and he was kicking good, and I was thinking, like, shit, I need to start kicking back here. And luckily I got him with a head kick. I seen he was trying to catch a few of me low kicks and that. So we thought,
do you know, that was one thing I was talking about. I was noticing that with the low kicks you were throwing, he was dropping that hand.
Yeah.
And I was saying it to Bobby, I was like, it's only a matter of time before that head kick whips up and catches him.
I've got a good few head kick knockouts as well, so I'm not too shabby with the head kick, you know.
How's that shit feeling? I bet it's battered after landing a few of them.
Yeah, do you know what? Yeah, it's all like,
We were saying that long flight back to New Zealand is going to feel a lot better with the win now in the bag.
Can have a few sweets on there, didn't I? Yeah.
100%. Well, we're not going to keep you from your post-fight celebrations. Thank you very much for joining us. Congratulations, brother.
Michael, it's an absolute pleasure to watch you fight, brother. I look forward to seeing you again.
Back on the ring as well, yeah.
And I'll be back soon, brother. Thank you very much, though.
Nice and boys, thank you.
But to see, this is what we're talking about with type. Sorry, guys. We're too excited, and I hope you are at home. But to see that, and what we were talking about with Michael, is usually in Thai boxing you've got the first 2 rounds to feel out the process and to kind of get yourselves into round 3 and 4. These 2 lads came in and were straight at it. No. Without a breath, they were at it.
They wasted no time in showing that that is optional. Bell to bell, they absolutely went for it. Both guys were just giving it all they had for the entire fight, and completely fair play to both guys. But like, to be hurt that badly, to fall out of the ring, to land on your feet and still come back into the fight and be dangerous the whole time was so impressive.
100%. I look forward to seeing Michael come back, because whenever you have tough fights like that, and fighters at home will understand, they make you an even bigger and better animal. The stuff that he's going to learn about himself is phenomenal. And look, we're not ruling off Kamal. Kamal put in a lot of great kick exchanging and made the fight hard for Michael, cutting him open and hurting him in ways. But I look forward to seeing Michael back very soon, and hopefully over again fighting in New Zealand.
100%. I mean, we saw, even Michael himself said he didn't think he was going to get a fight that tough out of Michael, and he took that personally. Kamal came out and just absolutely showed that he belongs in there with the top of the divisions.
As they say in Ireland, the crack was mighty there, lads.
Next here at Leapfrog Fight Night. Allow me to introduce first of all to the yellow corner, Finn Cook. And next, let's introduce his opponent into the red corner, Aidan Banks. Ladies and gentlemen, Leapfrog Fight Night presents 5 3-minute rounds of pro Muay Thai kickboxing in this super bantamweight contest. Introducing first, standing in the yellow corner, the former ISKA British title challenger with a record of 2 wins and 3 defeats, fighting out of Brooks Gym, Luton, Finn Cook! Across the ring, his opponent stands in the red corner, former English champion, fighting out of K-Star Fight Academy, Birmingham, Aidan Banks! Buta Padawan is our referee in charge of the action. Let's get down to business.
Here we are onto our third fight of the main card. We've got Finn Cook from Brooks Gym versus Aidan Banks from K-Star Academy. Now, a lot of drama with this fight, Bobby. Aiden coming in 3 kilos overweight at the weigh-in.
It seems to be a weekend for weight misses no matter the sport, but there's 0.05 and then there's 3 kg.
Look, 3 kilos is a couldn't be arsed to get out of bed kind of vibe, you know. I mean, I've made weight a lot of times in my time with fighting, and I've never missed weight. And that's the one thing that when you're in fight camp, you are on top of. And if you're not on top of it, you might as well not do a fight camp, because you've got to be accountable for making weight for fights.
100%. And the thing is, Aiden is going to have it all to do in this fight, because he's already fighting an uphill battle People are already talking online saying, you know, you're coming in 3 kg heavy, which is a weight miss for the weight class above this. So
it'd be interesting to see if the weight does make a difference in the fight. Finn coming out electric.
And you know, after all that drama, that Finn is going to be chomping at the bit to get his hands on Aiden. Aiden with a beautiful sweep there.
So there's a lot of drama on social media between two camps about this weight miss.
Nice 1-2 there. I mean, we have seen Finn compete at Leapfrog before, fought on Leapfrog 1 for the ISKA belt against Brandon Chillen. He's also fought the likes of Liam Patel, so this man has been in there with some dangerous opponents.
Liam Patel currently UK #1 as well, so Finn is experienced from dancing with the lads, the best lads in his division, but also Aidan Banks did fight Brandon Chillen just 2 months ago on the K-Star show. However, Brandon, I call him the Duracell bunny. He goes round you and he whacks you, and you can never see him whacking you because he's non-stop.
No, Brandon puts on an absolutely relentless pace. Cannot wait to see him back on the show. But we've got a fight on our hands with these two guys, and so far Finn doing a great job, but eats a big right hand there, takes him off balance.
Aiden seems to be the more planted stance at the minute, being a little bit more composed. I think Finn is being a bit jittery right now, trying to establish his pace. I think Finn's doing a nice job now by moving around, circling off. See that teep there? Keeping in the way and then picking them shots to come in and, you know, slice or land the knee and build from there.
And we are seeing Finn quite willingly sort of be on the back foot here. He does love to counter-strike, and he is a great counter-striker. Saying that, though, comes forward with a heavy leg kick there. Oh, both men take a tumble to the ground.
I think as well now we're going to see a little bit of that weight from Aiden show, because you can see he's a bit thicker than what Finn is looking, which does make a massive difference when you're in there and you're whacking someone with a strong kick.
So obviously we're seeing Finn is a much taller, much slimmer fighter. Aiden obviously the shorter and stockier fighter. How does that sort of play into the fight when we do get into these clinch exchanges here?
So you're going to find with Aiden, like, he's already done it now. He's caught the leg, he's swept Finn. You see there, he's turning him a little bit easier. Using that leg across the hips with the defence, you're going to see Finn is going to struggle to beat that defence because Aiden has got a bit more of a shorter base, but he's a bit more weightier. So with Finn, I've held pads for him before in an open workout with LFN, and he's very snappy. He's a snappy fighter. And it's either one or the other. You're either the snappy one or you're the heavier, stronger, solid one. And I think what we have here is two big clash of styles with the weight, not only the weight, but the more like the flat-footed style, with Finn being the on-the-toes, snappier style.
And it was definitely working very well for Aiden in that first round. Some really nice shots, as we say, you know, swept Finn a couple of times, but some really nice counter-striking so far from Finn Cook, and this is only round one, again, of a possible 5.
We're seeing Steve Logan in the corner with Aidan Banks right now, and then in the corner with Finn Cook we have Rob Brooks, head owner of Brooks Gym down below in Luton. Tremendous coaches, the pair of them. Got a lot of respect for both of them. I've actually fought years ago. I fought on a K-Star Legacy show. I fought a lad called Corbin Singh, and it's something about the K-Star boys. They love a war. They absolutely love a war. I went 5 rounds with them. But look, we've got 2 very tough camps, 2 lovely lads, and 1 big weight cut. So we'll see how it goes. If you're tuning in at home, feel free to stick up a story, tag LFN Fight Night, maybe take a selfie with the screen. You know, if you want, we'll try and shout you out, but I don't have the Instagram, so it might not work. But big shout out to Ben Etheridge at home, my man.
And that is the last fight that we will be showing live on talkSPORT, but that doesn't mean you don't get to watch the rest of the 3. All you've got to do is sign up to Leapfrog Fight Night, and that is not just for this fight. There are shows almost every single week.
We're seeing Aiden start to establish that body shot. There we go. You see what we said about it earlier, that weight difference. You see how he just turned Finn. Now he off-balanced him well, but the power he had there with that was strong. I think Aiden wants to hunt that body there a little bit. Oh, he's hooking big.
We are seeing that weight is definitely playing a part in the power.
Going from the low to the body, he's going to try and cause a reaction to get Finn on one leg. Once Finn is on one leg, that body becomes way weaker than what it would be on two legs. So smart movement from Aiden. Finn would want to be careful leaning back with his hands down now, because Aiden is in hook range and he is successful with it.
Aiden very much the aggressor this round so far. That's better work there from Finn Cook.
Finn needs to drive his head into Aiden's face now when he's in the clinch like that. Don't allow him in to drive his head into the neck. You need to try and push him away a little bit and get that head and shove it right into his chin. Create that space and then land the knee himself. Lovely kick exchanger from the boy, slight off balancing from Finn.
Be good to maybe see Finn try and use that range a little bit more and try and deter Aiden from coming in as aggressively as he is.
To be honest, I think he's still trying to find his rhythm. He's still kind of hesitating with the shots on the back foot. That there is great defending from Aiden. However, Finn is still landing knees, so the defence isn't necessarily working there with that leg. Oh, lovely knee from Finn on the outside there. Aiden is creeping lovely forward, getting Finn against the ropes and not giving him an option to escape, therefore making his shots a bit more effective. And see Finn, he's struggling now with having the ropes behind his back and not having somewhere to kind of kick and move, if that makes sense.
And again, Aiden sends Finn down to the canvas with another throw.
Nice kick from Finn there.
Good connection, we heard that back here on commentary.
Bobby, there's something about a kick landing on a body that really, really gets me going. I love the slapping sound of it. It's just something about the kick whacking off someone's body.
10 seconds remaining.
I think that's one thing that's always missed. Whenever I've seen fight scenes in movies and you've got, the Hollywood sounds, it just doesn't compare to the sound of an actual, like, shin to head or shin to body connection. There's just something primal about the way that sounds, and it just brings out, you just want more, you want to hear it more.
So a big thing that people think about Muay Thai, or Thai boxing if you want to call it, is the shin conditioning. Now, you have a load of fruity loops out there that love getting the sticks and kicking trees. I can safely say that I don't kick trees, nor do I do sticks off my shins. The best way to condition them shins is kick a nice, heavy boxing bag and just keep going. However, if it is your first time joining a Thai boxing gym, if it is your first time stepping in there, I highly advise you, do not run up and kick the first bag you see at the bottom, because you might be in for a rude awakening. I'd done that on my very first session, right? I was about 14 years of age. Me and one of my mates, he was like, let's go try kickboxing. I was like, go on, we'll try kickboxing. I want to do something new. Anyways, I walk into the gym, and we're young lads. You need to look a little bit tough because you don't know what you're going in for. So I went in and I kicked the yellow and black Top Pro bag, the curvy one. If you know what they are, they're horrible. Anyway, I booted it, and I swear to God, I couldn't walk properly for about 2 weeks. I was walking like a penguin that needed to go to the toilet.
No such trouble for these guys just yet.
So yeah, get conditioned them shins and you'll be able to absorb and block shots just like these lads are doing right now. Here we go now into round 3. It'll be interesting to see now what Finn Cook is going to do and what Rob Brooks has told him to do to adapt in this round with Aiden's forward pressure.
And as you've said before, the first 2 rounds quite often can be a feeling out process.
That big overhand right is landing. That's twice it's landed now in that third round, at the start of this round. Finn needs to commit to these mid kicks like he was doing. The mid kicks were working for him. He doesn't need to be standing his ground with Aiden. Oh.
That's better than Finn, pushing Aiden back there, creating a little bit more space where he can potentially use his range a little bit better.
Finn needs to initiate that jab. He's got a longer reach. He's to pop that jab in that tee. Aiden is working lovely with the offline movement there of landing the cross with kicks to follow. Oh, Aiden's cut. He's cut round the eyes. Is it going to go into his eyes is the question.
And we saw him take a step back there and acknowledge it like, yep, you got me.
Aiden does not want that blood going into his eyes, or that is going to really, really annoy him, and it's going to affect his vision.
And we can see already the guard has come way up from Aiden now, protecting that face.
This is better work from Finn. It's better work. He's being more accurate. There we go. And a lovely sweep from Aiden as I say that. But he's being more accurate with his shots. Nice elbow again.
And for Finn now has an active target. He has something to aim for. If he can make that cut worse and worse, it is just going to become a bigger and bigger problem for Aidan Banks.
That is right on the forehead of Aidan Banks now. So what Finn needs to do now is pop that jab at that cut and make that cut bigger. Oh, he's coming in with lovely slices, but pop that jab and then step with the elbow.
And that's exactly where...
Lovely slice again. You can see the blood on Finn's elbow, that he is accurately landing that elbow.
And this could be the turning point. You did say that the first 2 rounds can often be a feeling out process, and if that is the case, Finn Cook has had plenty of time to work out his game, and he is employing it now.
He's hungry to open that cut, but he needs to be sensible because Aiden is still dangerous with that right hand. Lovely spinning back elbow, just missing.
And Aiden really wearing that crimson mask now. Blood all over the face.
Finn needs to keep that left hand a little bit higher. He's keen to land, but he needs to be sensible with his shots.
And see, there we go. Aiden's still dangerous. If that right hand connects like it has done throughout the fight so far.
Big round for Finn Cook.
Massive round for Finn Cook.
So now coming into round 3, that's a big favour now for Finn. He's caused the damage. He now has Aiden on the back foot, which Aiden was on the front foot for the last 2 rounds. This is the phenomenal style of Thai boxing, okay? You can start watching the first round and you can think someone has the fight. You can start thinking that they're in the lead. It takes 2 rounds sometimes for someone to go, do you know what? I needed that. I needed that because now he's noticed that Aiden's forward. He's stepping in with them elbows and he's slicing and dicing. If I was in Finn's corner now, I'd be saying every time Aiden steps forward, spike that up elbow straight to the face. I like to call that up elbow answering the phone. You put the hand to your ear, you tuck it like you're blocking, and you poke that elbow through the guard. So even if their hands are up either side over their eyes, you can spike that through and catch the forehead.
Going to be very interesting to see how this 4th round starts as we get into those later rounds. A clear momentum shift in that last round in favour of Finn Cook.
If I was in Aiden's corner now, I'd be saying utilise that right hand, punch the stomach a bit more, because now that Finn is going to be coming for that head, the body's going to be a little bit more susceptible.
And look at that, you can see Finn absolutely chomping at the bit to get back underway.
Oh, lovely jab by Aiden there to start off round 4.
And Finn cannot get carried away because, as we've seen in the first 2 rounds, Aiden is a dangerous fighter.
See, Finn needs to be calculated with his shots coming forward. Aiden knows that he wants to hurt him with the shots. Lovely step knee.
Oh, Aiden going high there, almost lands. And again,
he's noticing that left hand dropping from Finn. Lovely right hand and low kick under return from Finn.
And Finn seems to have a bit more of a measure on Aiden's range right now. Able to evade these kicks and these punches way better than he was in rounds 1 and 2.
Lovely stepping around low kick there from Finn. But he needs to add something up onto it. No! Nearly another flip over the rope. Thankfully, the fantastic ref saved them.
Don't think anyone's going to land it as nicely as Kamal did, so why bother trying?
I don't care. That's what this sport is about. Landing flush on the feet and getting back in and whacking the socks off each other. Oh, great kick there from Finn. Keep doing that. He needs to keep landing them scores as Aiden's trying to come forward. Wear out that midsection. Still, Aiden very dangerous with them left hooks and right hooks over the top.
Absolutely. The corner of Aiden has seemingly done a very, very good job at closing up that cut. No signs of damage as of yet, and Finn is targeting it. He's just not able to land anything clean on it again.
I don't know if you can notice it there, Bobby, but if you can see the referee, he is encouraging both lads to stay in the fight. This is what's brilliant about Thai boxing as well, is that the referee gets involved when the fight starts to get a little bit spaced or they start taking a bit of time away from each other. It's no, get back in, lads. Keep the energy going.
Beautiful elbow there landed for Finn Cook.
Both of these lads are a big shot away from turning this fight around to a completely different direction. Finn, the last round, was taking it somewhere, but this round it seems to be a little bit more even in terms of shots landed.
And there we saw what you had called for. As Aiden came in, the arm went up and Finn landed a nice elbow.
Lovely.
And Finn really starting to pick his shots here.
Great kicking from Aiden. A little bit of dirty boxing inside with the uppercut and loop and right hand. Big scores laying up the backside by Finn. I feel that was quite an even round 4.
Definitely an even round. Maybe towards the end, Finn started to land a little bit more effectively, but the first 2 minutes or so were very, very close. And this could be a difficult one to score coming into the end.
It's all down to this round. This round is the decider. Whoever wants it the most has to show it. They had a lovely first 2 rounds. I think Aiden was a little bit more the successor in the first 2, but Finn had a very strong round 3. He cut Aiden open, and in Thai boxing, effect scores more. So if you're cutting people open, if you're causing bruising and hurtful shots, that's going to sway the judges in your way. And in round 4, I'd say it was a very even round. Finn came with a lot more kind of off-balancing shots. So it's all for the taking this round 5, Bobby.
100%. Either man is one big shot, one big moment away from potentially, well, I was going to say taking it to a decision win, but potentially still winning the fight. Both men still looking extremely dangerous.
If you're watching live at home on Leapfrog Fight TV and the talkSPORT MMA YouTube, feel free to leave a comment on who you think is winning each round. Get involved and get understanding on who you might feel is winning each round. Aidan Banks coming out with the hands up, raveling the crowd up. I think we're on for a very entertaining round coming. Talking to each other. Finn is giving the death stare. Woo! Let's go.
And you got to say, with all the bad blood that's been there, it's good to see both guys embracing at the start of the final round, putting it all behind, leaving it in the cage, in the ring, should I say.
Great balance from Finn there. Lovely teep from Aiden.
And Finn doing a good job of using his height there to really sort of wear down on Aiden, get him to the corner.
So see when he's in there, lovely, see that putting the hand in the face. He's to drive his head in there, create the space, push his face away, and try and rub that cut as much as he can. Really make that cut bleed. Lovely knee, just missing the face there with that knee. Big knee up the back, another knee up the back.
Very nice scoring there from Finn Cook. And you can see in front of us with the friends and family are on their feet and edging closer and closer to the ring. They're loving what they're seeing.
Lovely body and low. And a low in return
Lovely
from
check.
Aiden.
Big left hand from Aiden, looked like it partially landed there.
Lovely elbow on the inside from Finn, but then Aiden grabbing the back of Finn there to finish off that exchange.
And as we said, either man could be one big shot, one big moment away from clinching the decision. Aiden looking a little bit more tired of the two men here, but still coming forward.
Lovely step off and kick from Aiden there. Oh, big right hook and low kick from Finn in the return.
And if you've not had your fill of Muay Thai, there are still 3 fights left to go, which will be on the Leapfrog Fight TV app. And a beautiful right elbow there from Finn Cook. Finn really looking to put a statement on the end of this fight, scoring well with those knees.
Lovely turn from Aiden. Great timing as Finn was going to try and throw a knee up the side. Oh, right hand landing on the chin of Finn. It hasn't wobbled him. No, it hasn't. He's come back with a left slice. Body shot in return. Oh, lovely turn from Aiden.
And he is using that turn as a
Big
beautiful
elbow.
counter, and I think that's opened him up again.
Another big elbow. Another big elbow. Lovely scrap from the two boys. They left it all in that round 5.
Big shout out to Buddha, Ministry of Sound Flex, niche business. Niche business.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls watching around the UK and the world, that was a tremendous scrap from Finn Cook and Aidan Banks. Who do you think has won that fight? I'm a bit caught, you know. I feel Aiden might have swayed that just from in that round 5. I'm off balancing Finn a few times. However, Finn finished strong with them big elbows and then also did cause the cut on Aiden. So I'd be very interested to see where the judges take this fight.
It's going to be interesting, and it looks like we're about to throw over for the decision. So we're probably looking at unanimous.
Can we get both fighters to the center of the ring, please? Another epic clash here at Leapfrog Fight Night, ladies and gents. Time for the official announcement. After 5 rounds of action, we consult the judges' scorecards. It is a unanimous decision. To the yellow corner, Finn Cook!
And I'll tell you what, Kieran, I'm glad I'm not one of the judges there, because that was a hard fight to score. Obviously, the damage seeming to be the difference maker in that fight. That round 3 was absolutely dominant from Finn Cook.
I had a massive feeling that would sway the judges having that damage throughout the fight. And Finn was active. He was kicking a lot. He was landing a lot of heavy good shots, whereas Aidan was landing, I would say, more of the flickier kicks. He was flicking the arms. And in Thai boxing, when you want to land them kicks, you want to be moving your opponent. You want to be showing effect. And Finn was showing that effect throughout the fight. And obviously that cut being on the top of Aidan's head, coming down along his face, that cut made the difference for Finn in that fight.
Absolutely. And to be fair, the fact that the corner of Aiden were able to get that cut, manage that cut and stop it from opening up throughout the fight was very impressive, but it just proved too much damage.
It'll be interesting to see now what's next for both lads, Finn Cook and Aidan Banks. You know, Aiden, he might have to rethink his weight division or where he wants to go, because there's only so many times you can have mishaps like that within a game. And the weight cut didn't look like it bothered him that much, because usually when people struggle to lose weight, it usually hinders their performance. However, Aiden held himself well in that fight. He moved Finn a lot in exchanges and off-balanced him. However, Finn did show great grit and determination to put that pressure on Aiden when them big shots are landing, especially them big hooks.
Absolutely. I mean, the first 2 rounds, we were saying Aiden was just looking that little bit more aggressive, that little bit more effective. But as you've said many times tonight, those first 2 rounds can just be a feeling out process. And if that is the case, Finn used that perfectly and came back in that 3rd round, 4th round and 5th round and looked extremely, extremely impressive against a significant heavier opponent.
And Aiden's a tough opponent. He's fought a lot of top lads, same as Finn. So we've got 2 young, hungry lads in there putting everything on the line in front of a crowd with slicing and big kicks. And, you know, I think fair play to both of them. And I'd love to see where they go from here. We are just awaiting Finn to join us in the commentary box here. I look forward to hearing about how he felt with the extra weight. Like, how did it bother him when he was getting thrown to the floor? Because Aiden did significantly throw him to the floor a lot more than what Finn done to Aiden.
Yeah, there were a lot of throws on the part of Aiden, and very impressive. And he was able to use those turns as a beautiful counter whenever Finn came in. But clearly, the man did more than enough, and he's going to join us now.
Here he is. Let me get the headset on for him. Hey, wicked performance, man. Hold on a second here. Let me get you the mic there, brother.
Just grabbing the mic for Finn there. Finn, that was a sensational performance.
Very much, mate. Thank you very much.
5-round war. I mean, obviously a big talking point coming into that fight was the weight miss.
Yep.
How did you find dealing with that extra sort of weight in there? Because he was having a lot of success with the throws, but obviously you were able to do your bit and win the fight. But was that a factor for you?
Yeah, honestly, I don't think the weight was too much of a factor. He hit a little bit harder than I expected him to be honest. But that's the fight game, innit? Things happen. I think the throws, it was just me being off balance, me being stupid, rather than him having a significant weight advantage, to be honest. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say.
That was the big factor I wanted to speak to you about, Finn, was when he was throwing you, I noticed that you were off balance on some of them, but on some of them when you did have the stance, you turning, I was thinking, was that the weight advantage? And when he was showing them looping right overhand, sometimes it looked like it caught you. You never looked out of it, but you realised that extra weight was there. And kind of, you were like, okay, I respect that a little bit.
He did hit a little bit harder than I expected, to be honest, because obviously when I fought Brandon, he didn't hit as hard as I expected, but his work rate was a lot higher, so I thought that Aiden would sort of be similar. But so a lot of the shots, they sort of glanced me, but I was never rocked at any point. I think he might have caught me with maybe 1-2 shots that really sort of hit me hard. But other than that, I didn't really feel much, apart from when I was injuring myself on him. Do you know what I mean?
And from round 3, I was watching your corner. Rob Brooks, a fantastic coach, know him very well.
Oh, great coach.
Did he tell you to start working them elbows when Aiden was coming in more, or was that incentive from yourself?
Well, he was saying the hands. He was saying hands. But I was feeling they weren't having as much success because it was just landing straight on his gloves. So I thought, you know what, I'm just going to start fucking going right through it. Even if the elbows hit, it still scores higher than the hands anyway, if it hits on the gloves. And I managed to cut him quite a good few times, actually. I think I cut him 2 or 3 times. And I love my elbows, so why wouldn't I throw him?
I mean, it's a massive win on a massive platform. The featured prelim on the first talkSPORT show with Leapfrog Fight Night. Where'd you go from here? Because this is obviously, you were fighting the uphill battle with the heavier opponent. You've got that win in a very, very impressive fashion. Where do you want to go from here?
Sean Ryan, you can't run away.
That's a fight I'd love to see.
You can't keep running, Sean.
Are we going to catch you in the crowd looking at Sean now staring about?
Yeah. No, again, I've got a lot of respect for Aiden. He was a much harder fight than I expected, but I think it's Sean next. Like I said, I've called him out a few times. Well, not called him out, but we've asked to fight him quite a few times now, and they flat out said no. But I don't think he can keep saying no anymore.
Well, you both fought Brandon Chillen. You both had tough fights with Brandon Chillen. And I think respectfully, you're both at a stage of your career now. He comes off a win with tonight. You've come off a great performance against Aidan Banks, who's a no blowover and is a great fighter himself. So I think, respectfully, this would be a great time. Leapfrog, you should get that fight going. I think that would be a tremendous fight for maybe one of the next shows. Maybe for a little title contender.
A little bit of silverware on there. I'm never going to say no to some silverware, never ever in my life.
We absolutely look forward to see that. We hope that we see that coming up at one of the big shows. We're going to let you get off and get your proper interview now with Alex.
Thank you very much, boys. I really appreciate it.
Man.
Lovely stuff, Finn. Well done again tonight.
Beautiful performance. We grab that headset over here.
Yeah, I'll help you out with that.
Including the LFN Welterweight title bout. If you want to watch those, you're going to have to download the Leapfrog Fight TV app. Well worth the subscription. But thank you very much for everyone who has joined us on YouTube through talkSPORT. It has been an honour to be part of this first event for Leapfrog. Kieran, any last words for the YouTube fans?
You best get your cups of tea ready now. I told you earlier, I'm telling you again, there's 3 big fights coming. So get your cups of tea ready. Let's go.
Before the world wakes up, I rise. While the world sleeps, I train. When the sun breaks the horizon, I'm already moving. Fist striking, feet pounding, breath steady.
When the sun sets, I'm still here. Still working, still training. Chasing my dreams, chasing my goals.
While he rests, I push myself to my body's limits.
I've shared the ring with the toughest fighters around, and I know I'm the best.